busiest PI in L.A., and that's no understatement. And anyway, to be a waiting room, it would have to be a room, and that little space between my desk and the door to the office is more like a steamer trunk without all the legroom. So Rita Heppelwaite breezes into the office nice as you please, the scent of violets following her like a mob. She looks haughty, like she thinks I don't know what she does for a living. Like Dex hasn't already spilled his guts about everything he knows. Though, to be honest, at that point, he didn't know much. Rita, Dex had told me, was a lady of the night, which was his attempt at polite talk, in front of the kid, which is me, for saying that what Rita does for a living, she does on her back. From the looks of her, she probably gets paid a damn sight better than I do. Probably doesn't have to answer the phone or bring coffee either. The first thing I notice is her coat. It's a pretty hard thing not to notice. Even in October, Los Angeles just doesn't get that kind of cold, so a fur coat hits you right off. And this was one you'd mark in any room, at any time of the year, anywhere. Black lamb's wool, all curly and fine, and a jaunty little hat to match, perched on her head just so. I wouldn't have hated her just for the coat, though. I've never been a girl who dreamed about furs. There were other reasons to hate her. The dark red hair that poured over her shoulders, for starters. Dusky flames that seemed to make her lips even redder. Her eyes were the color of the ocean at midnight. A green so dark you'd swear it was black until the light shifted. Then you had to look again. She was beautiful enough that you might have taken her for a movie star. Until you looked into those eyes. Then you saw something else. "Mr. Theroux will be with you in a moment," I told her, when she showed up 5 minutes ahead of their appointment. "Please have a seat, and I'll let him know you're here." She settled into the waiting room chair so meekly, I should have suspected a trick, but I just didn't see it coming. Who would have thought anyone in heels that high could be so quiet? So when I opened Dex's door to let myself in, I didn't expect her to follow right behind me, catching Dex kicked back in his chair before he could stuff the sports pages and his usual glass of whiskey into the top drawer of his desk. I expected a curt word from him. Dex doesn't like it when clients barge into his office before I have a chance to announce them. He says it's unseemly. And I mostly agree. I like it when my paychecks aren't made of rubber, and I've discovered that the best way to avoid that is to do everything I can to keep Dex's clients from running in the other direction when they first get a load of him. Like I said, Dex is kind of dreamy. But the way I figure it, seeing a detective hitting the sauce before noon and greeting you with bleary eyes and not a lot of other customers lined up in front of you isn't the most inspiring thing in the world. There's gotten to be a lot of detectives in the city, most of them better at it than my boss. So I expected Dex to bawl me out for letting this broad sail into his office like nobody's business. But one look at his face, gawping at Rita Heppelwaite, told me that wasn't going to happen. I glanced back at her to see what he was seeing, and I understood. She stood framed in the doorway, doing her best damsel in distress. Her coat was open, and the dress beneath it was as red and tight as the skin on an apple. Did she practice all that bosom heaving in front of a mirror? I figured she'd have to. If I tried a stunt like that, I'd look like I had just run a block to catch a bus. And the sight of me wouldn't cause Dex Theroux's jaw to go all slack and his eyes to lose focus either. As things were, I wanted to cross the room and slap some sense into him. What kind of client, I wondered, would want to hire a detective who looked at her the way a dog looks at meat? I didn't slap him, though. Instead, I just said, "Let me know if you need anything, boss." Then I breezed past Rita, who was now leaving the doorway and taking a seat, uninvited, in front of Dex's desk. As I closed the door, I heard her say, "Thank you for seeing me on such short notice, Mr. Theroux." A smoky voice filled with experience and promise, a combination that startled, and another reason to hate her. The time seemed to pass real slow while Miss Heppelwaite had her meeting with Dex. I think the phone rang a few times. Bill collectors, who I politely told that Dex was out of town.